Custom cards made by you, for you, and me, for both of us. Isn't that awesome? I think it is. My name is Solem and not Person because I got bad news for you. Earlier I looked at Twitter and it turns out there's somebody else named Person. Well, lasted for like a month, now I'm back to Solem. I'm sorry, but it's me. Hey guys, Solem here. And with the custom cards this time, we're going to look at cards that are themed for Barrens of the Stable Hand. That's not the expansion name. Forged in the Barrens, that's the name of the upcoming expansion. I have yet to pre-order and I gave away all my codes, so I have yet to spend money on the game. Feels good. Starting with Hopping Volpera, a 1-mana 1/4 for Rogue. Frenzy, return this to your hand. First I thought, so you can play this card, play Penflinger, damage this card and get it back to your hand. Wow, amazing. So many possibilities. And then I realized this card doesn't have an effect. The effect is you get it back. Meaning on turn 1 you might trade for free and get the minion back. Maybe you have this thing, Penflinger, this thing into Edwin Van Cleef for 7 mana. And then Edwin is an 8/8. Wow, an 8/8 giant called Edwin. So at least you can use Frenzy on a minion that returns back to your hand. Reminds me of Pogo Hopper, but this one doesn't scale. So overall, good Volpera. I give it 2 Furies for my rating. 4 mana, 2/6 taunt, unyielding, never mind there's no taunt. Unyielding Tauren. Frenzy, gain attack equal to the damage this minion received. So if you attack this with, let's say, a 5 attack minion, this would be a 7/1. That doesn't seem good. But maybe you have a Whirlwind effect and this one becomes a 4 mana 3/5. That also doesn't seem good. Okay, maybe I should have thought about this card first before I put it in. Too late. So yeah, it is a Tauren and it gains attack. Maybe there is synergy. Maybe you use something like Inner Rage on it and then it gets +3 attack and only loses 1 health. Then it's a 4 mana 5/5. There must be a way to make this card work. You probably can think about at least one thing where this card makes sense in. At least a single deck or archetype. I'm failing at this at the moment. So let's look at the next card. Alexstrasza the Abomination. So it's an Alec and Alexstrasza, but combined. It's an abomination. 3 mana 3/4. Neutral legendary. Frenzy. Shuffle a copy of every Alexstrasza into your deck. We have Dragon Queen, the one that gives you 2 dragons when you play Arena deck or Highlander deck. You have the normal one, set somebody's health to 15. And you get the new one that deals 8 damage to an enemy character or heals 8 for you. So if you get all those 3, just if this minion survives, that's value. That's really good. I feel like this card is actually fine. Like you get a bunch of slow minions added to your deck that you probably don't necessarily want to have because many games don't end up in a value matchup, right? It's not that I win the game just because I have Alexstrasza on my deck now. Nice, because free stuff. Everybody likes free stuff. And I think this card, honestly, could be a thing in the next expansion. Good job in making that. Next, Fury. Volpera Enforcer. 4 mana 2/5. Battlecry. Gain Frenzy of a random minion in your hand. Random. So if you play this minion, it's a 3-drop with an extra effect, and that is the Frenzy from a minion in your hand. If we get really big minions with Frenzy that have a giant effect, something that changes the entire state of the game, maybe something that deals 8 damage to whatever enemy it attacks, this could be really good if it would be a card. In reality, I feel like Frenzy is going to be a keyword that is more useful in Arena or like in a mode where your deck is kind of built randomly than in actual gameplay. So unless we have a really good Frenzy minion, this card wouldn't make too much sense. But overall for the spirit and the furry level, good job. It is a Volpera. What's your guys' favorite song? Actually, what is the most watched video on YouTube? It's Baby Shark, for whatever reason. Baby Ogre. 3 mana 2/5 Frenzy. Give all ogres in your deck +1/+1. Honestly, that is not bad. If more minions had the Ogre attack, this could actually be a really good minion. If you're missing the good old days where this channel was just gameplay, well, we have a daily channel called Solem Daily, where there is gameplay. And I was playing Even Paladin. And in Even Paladin, there's this one minion called Balloon Merchant. If that would be an Ogre as a tribe, could be a 4/6 for 4 mana with an upside. That would be really good. Waterfist Ogre? Perfect. Stats for the cost. If we had Baby Ogre in the game. Blizzard, make it happen, or I will refund the expansion I didn't pre-order yet. Nothing lasts forever. Besides Friendship. Friends Forever. 5 mana spell for Warrior. Kind of like Explore Angora, it replaces your entire deck. But it's infinite. You never run out of Frenzy cards in your deck, which I assume are going to be really random and probably really bad. There's probably going to be a limited pool of Frenzy cards, maybe like 20, maybe 30. I feel like more 20, so like 1 per class and then like 10 neutral ones. So this gives you the same cards over and over, but it's forever. And if you only need a single spell to play the entire game of Hearthstone, that's free to play friendly. If you survive up until turn 5 and then maybe also win, which won't happen. Gareth's Prodigy. 6 mana 5/5 Rush. Frenzy. Draw a minion. Gain armor equal to its attack. I could see this card becoming something real in the next expansion. If we don't get something along those lines where you gain armor for Frenzy, I would be disappointed. So I would say to you making this card, good job. This card will exist almost guaranteed, I will bet 15 schmingles. That this card, in this form or slightly different, is going to be in the new set. Then for our first rank up spell. The new rank spells are different effects based on how much mana you have. If you have 1 mana, it's the initial stage, like a Spellstone. Then it gets upgraded at 5 mana, and then in the last stage at 10 mana. This one is called Mask of Savannah. Discover 1-cost beast, summon 2 copies of it. Or you discover a 3-cost beast and summon 2 copies. Or discover a 5-cost beast and summon 2 copies. I think for all those lines, there are multiple minions that have 1/1 in stats. So all I can say is, for the amount of mana you spend on this, that's an alright spell. It gets upgraded, becomes better. I like this one. Feels like a slow hunter deck or like a spell hunter deck could actually exist again. Good idea. The Quilboar Queen. 3 mana 4/2 Better Cry in Death Battle. Refresh all frenzies. I'm pretty sure you're not going to have too many minions in play when you also play this card to get the frenzy effect back, but it's also Death Battle, meaning if this minion survives for a turn, maybe you got frenzy value somewhere, and then you get it again. Maybe again. Maybe multiple times. If the Quilboar Queen would be a real card, I would give her a nickname. The Duchess of Bay Ridge. Guys, let me give you a riddle. The summer is hot. The winter is cold. Sail the Cold. That's his name. After you cast a Frost spell, cast it again on the same target. So if you play something like Frost Nova, never mind that doesn't target, Ray of Frost or Frostbolt or Ice Lance and you hit the enemy's face, this guy, those two, the guy has 2 hats. Cast it again on the same character, meaning Sail into Blizzard deals 4 damage like Flame Strike and freezes. Feels more like something you would play in an OTK, and because it reads after you cast a Frost spell and it only applies to like a specific group of spells in Mage, you really can only use this to pretty much OTK your opponent. There isn't really much else to do. So for OTK Mage, if you like Freeze Mage, well, this would be a good card. And if you like guys with 2 hats, this would be an even better card. Then a fairly simple minion, if you look at the effect. Frenzy, gain Reborn. Pretty easy. It's a 3 mana 2/5 for Priest. It's a Harpy, so she's basically naked. And if she dies, or if she survives damage first and then she dies, you get her back. Meaning if you have something like Circle of Healing, the turn when she dies, she is back to full health. That, I have to say, is a really realistic card. If I'm not mistaken, they have not brought back any keywords yet. We have dual class cards, we have Discover, but we didn't get anything like Reborn back. Ignoring that fact though, good card, I like it. And lastly, from one winged beast, from one harpy to another, Witch Wing Harpy. 5 mana 3/5. Deals double damage to damaged minions. Death Battle equip a 3/2 Harpy's Talon, which has the exact same effect of dealing double damage to damaged minions. So if you play Warrior and you have something like a Whirlwind effect, maybe any AoE effect and something survives, you deal twice as much damage. Your Harpy deals 6 instead of 3. Your weapon, same story. Is that good? Maybe. I'm honestly not too sure if there are like a lot of big minions, or if there's a way to really make use of the Harpy. You could give it the 2 mana spell from Boomstay, I think, where it also damages adjacent minions, and then maybe you have Whirlwind into that, but that seems so complicated to destroy 3 minions. So here's what I can say so far. I like the idea. In reality, this wouldn't really do much, but it's a Harpy, and we have Harpies in Yu-Gi-Oh, so maybe we get Harpies in Hearthstone. We already got Aviana, twice. And with all those birds out of the way, I would say thanks for watching. Here are 2 more videos I hope for custom cards, and I see you guys next week for part 2 of Barrens custom cards. Goodbye.